Need a sugar daddy that don't want no sugar, cause baby, I'm tired of spending my own money. No questions asked, no extra bullshit, just send me the money. I get mad every time I gotta swipe my card. Being a woman is expensive and I always need stuff, but why I gotta spend my own money? I should be living a very soft life. Every time I look at my bank account, I get pissed off.
Make it make sense. You want a free ATM but refuse to offer any actual value. The real world doesn't just hand out luxury lives for free. A grown adult mad at her own debit card? That's just embarrassing. You actually have to earn things to buy things.
All right, real quick, does anybody else feel like this? I don't want to go back to school and I don't want to get a fucking full-time job and freaking pay bills, save up from retirement, because why isn't that freaking an essential or a thing just to have as a fucking human being? Why do we have to work to fucking live? It just pisses me off every day. And then every day I have to clock in and clock out and clock in and clock out. Clock in for work, clock in, clock out for fucking lunch, and then clock back in. I don't like this little time chain that I'm always stuck to, and I just feel stuck here, and I'm just so tired of it. I'm tired of rushing and trying to be nice and trying to freaking impress the fucking bosses. I don't give a fuck about the bosses. I just want to travel and live fucking life. Why can't that be a fucking thing? But anyways, I got my Chick-fil-A and I'm going back to work and I'm fucking late. So there's that. Bye.
Absolutely crazy. Everyone wants a permanent vacation without putting in the hours. The lights stay on because people actually clock in and do their jobs. You can't just travel and exist for free. Reality hits hard when the rent comes due.
I don't want to fucking work anymore. I don't want to work anymore. Fucking tired of being on someone's clock. I'm fucking tired of dealing with rude ass people. Even when I used to work in an office, I was fucking tired of dealing with office fucking drama. I don't even want to climb up a corporate ladder. I don't even want to do none of that shit. Literally, give me the most basic job in the fucking company. Give me the most basic job in the company. And let me do the most basic shit. I do not want to be team lead, supervisor, none of that fucking shit. That's how checked out I am from working. Like, I'm 31 years old. I've been working since I was 17. I'm fucking over it.
You give up at 31 just to dodge a little office stress. That guarantees a broke future. You ask for the most basic job, you get the most basic paycheck. Nobody hands out rewards to people who refuse to try. The bottom of the ladder stays crowded for a reason.
I am sitting here, it is 3 p.m. on a Monday, and I am trying to figure out how the fuck I'm gonna do this for the rest of my life, because I've been burned out at work for quite a long time now. It's interesting because I started working in corporate America back in 2015, and I remember my very first day at my job. I remember how stressful and overwhelming it was, and I remember coming home and thinking to myself, like, how am I going to do this for the rest of my life? Like, this is just what people do. And that feeling hasn't changed much, and I haven't answered that question. I'm sitting here 11 years later wondering the same thing. Over time, it just seems to get worse and worse. I mean, our government is actively finding ways every single day to just beat us into the ground more and more so that we have absolutely no energy to make anything better for ourselves. I guess I just want to say, if you're also feeling this way, you're not alone, and you're not weird for having those feelings. You're not crazy for feeling burned out at work. You're not lazy. You're reacting normally to a very inhumane way of making people live, period.
The math is kinda simple. You trade your time so you don't sleep outside. You blame the government because work feels hard, but that's just a massive excuse. Literally every generation before us had to earn their keep. A camera rant won't magically pay the bills.
Well, in case anybody was wondering, we fought for equal rights, equal opportunity, not equal roles. We did not want to become a man. Men still have to do what men must do.
I swear, if I could go back in time and tell the woman that stood up for our right to work, I would.
I can't get a job because I don't have any marketable skills. And I can't get any marketable skills because I don't want to.
I'm so tired of working paycheck to paycheck. I'm also tired of people saying budget, save money, save money. How can you save money when all your money goes to fucking bills? Everything just goes to bills. Bills on top of bills on top of bills. We are struggling Americans out here. Like, what the fuck?
The buyer's remorse is so loud right now. You fought for all the exact same responsibilities, but the reality of a 40-hour week broke you. Zero skills guarantee you stay broke. The old school setup looks really good once that invoice arrives. You literally got exactly what you asked for.
I just need to say, for the love of fucking God, will you please teach people how to do their taxes? Please. I don't know how to do my taxes. I know the fucking quadratic formula. I haven't used the goddamn quadratic formula in fucking years. I know that shit. And I don't know how to read a goddamn T4. Please send help.
Pure laziness. A 5-minute internet search literally solves this entire problem. Thousands of free videos show you exactly how to read a tax form. You blame a high school math teacher for your own refusal to learn. That just looks ridiculous. Adulthood requires figuring things out.
I used to think I was going to be a doctor, and now I'm living in my car with my cats. It's crazy how your circumstances really impact your life. If I hadn't grown up in poverty, if I felt like I had a family that supported me, would my life be different right now? Would I be a doctor? But I know that if I had put in all of the work to study for the MCAT, if I'd paid thousands of dollars to get into medical school and I actually made it, I would just end up stressed about money and starving and unable to focus on school. A few years ago, I was waitlisted into a PhD program in biomedical engineering at Vanderbilt University. But I didn't reapply because I liked the job that I had and I thought it was going to be a career. I was working in cancer research in honor of my Aunt Maggie, who died of leukemia because she couldn't afford to go to the hospital until it was too late. That job really fulfilled me and I wanted it to be my career. I thought I was going to stay in that field for the rest of my life. But then an evil rich lady came along and took that career away from me, and now I know that I'll probably never find another job in that field again. I have no idea where to go from here. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what kind of job to try and find. All I do know is that I haven't lived in years. I've just been fighting to survive, and I'm tired of it. I want to enjoy life again, but I don't know how to get there.
Always the victim. You blame an invisible villain for your own terrible choices. You quit on your college plans for a random temp job and act shocked when it fails. Success takes actual grit. Your fingers point everywhere but the mirror. That won't get you out of living in a car.
Next time you're feeling bad about not having a job that you like, or having a non-existent love life, or being messy and clumsy and weird and awkward, or whatever it is that you may be feeling bad about yourself, just remember, babe, you are so rom-com coded. Your life is so rom-com coded, and this needs to happen before a breakthrough happens, alright? Go and live your movie, man. Character development is crucial, but don't worry. Big things are coming, alright? The plot will thicken, I promise. But for now, live your movie.
This is just unbelievable depressing cope. You treat a totally ruined life like a cute movie plot. A happy ending won't magically drop from the sky. You actually have to fix your own mess. A fake laugh won't fix your bank account. You stay stuck at the bottom forever.
Am I the only one that feels like we are kind of at war with men right now? Or like, I'm feeling very against men right now. Like, I go spaces where there's majority men and I feel there's something there. I feel like I am resentful, like when I go to the gym and there's guys there, when I go golfing and it's all men, I'm just like, I think all of you hate me. I think all of you hate me and wish that I don't know, it's just the way that men have been treating women for so many generations, and today we're like, wait, what the fuck, why is locker room talk a thing? Like, why, like, it's just, maybe I just don't respect them or something more than ever, but I don't know, does anyone else feel this when they're around men specifically?
Guys at the gym literally just want to lift heavy circles and go home. You create fake enemies in your head just to stay mad. Nobody cares what you do on a golf course. That toxic energy comes straight from deep insecurity.
Okay, let's clarify something here. First of all, I want to know what the 90% of women work and do more than men. Are we talking about going to a physical job, or are we talking about in the household? Second of all, you gotta stop roping men into the same category. Just because your man may not care about your feelings doesn't mean that all men don't. If you're with the right man, he will absolutely care about your feelings and how you feel. Just like you ladies should be caring about how your men feel. The problem is, we're so conditioned in our society to believe that men are just these strong, arrogant people who have no feeling. And if they do share their feelings, they're pussies. And we do this to guys over the years. And then when we go to share our feelings, they seem cold-hearted and like they don't care about our feelings. Because we probably, not all the time, and I'm not roping everybody in, I'm just saying, this is what I'm seeing. You push him and his feelings off for so long that he is like, why should I care about your feelings when you don't care about mine? Now, this tit for tat, back and forth transactional stuff is not right. But the reality is, this is what happens.
Spot on. Guys get punished the exact second they show emotion. You don't get to call a man weak for opening up, then get mad when he goes cold. That's just basic logic. He shuts down because he's completely ignored for years. That's a cheap excuse to blame all men for one bad experience. It's so rare to hear actual honesty like this.
Telling you, the right man will absolutely care about your feelings and care about how you feel in a given situation. Just like you should be able to validate and understand your husband's feelings. This all literally goes back to this transactional, conditional, tit for tat way of thinking in marriage. We are so conditioned to think, well, you have to do for me before I do for you. And every time we do this, we're literally setting our marriage up for failure. We're literally backtracking ourselves and saying, well, I'm not going to do anything unless you do what I want the way I want you to do it. People wonder why their marriage is so messed up. But the other thing too is, if you're with the right person, that man or woman will do anything for you, will change anything, fix anything, work on themselves to be a better person for you. And if they don't want to or refuse to, that is something you need to look into. So instead of saying men don't care about feelings, try looking into your own relationship and maybe take a little deeper look as to maybe why your spouse doesn't seem to care about your feelings. Because I guarantee you it's not something that just happened. It's happened over time due to something that either you've done or a response to something. There's always a root to everything. And once you can look at the root and really start figuring out what the issues is, you can understand how to talk about it and to work through it.
More pure truth right there. Marriages fail the exact minute they turn into a business deal. You can't just hold back effort until you get your way. That completely destroys the whole partnership. A real fix means you've got to look in the mirror. People love to complain instead of asking why their partner pulled away. You have to own your own mistakes. It's always a two-way street.
Here is the reason why young men are choosing hookers over girlfriends. Modern dating, it's exhausting. Young girls, they complain about everything. Nothing is ever good enough. He didn't text back fast enough. The restaurant, it wasn't nice enough. He's not romantic enough. It's constant work, and he's never winning. A hooker, well, she just shows up and she's happy to be there. And she leaves when he needs to focus on his goals. No drama, no demands, no guilt trips. She doesn't drain his bank account or his mental energy. And she doesn't make him choose between herself and his future. She's just easy in every sense. Young men, get yourself a hooker or find yourself a mature woman who's got her shit together.
The easiest choice always wins. Modern dating turned into a massive headache with zero payoff. A simple transaction makes total sense when the alternative is constant drama and endless complaints. Men just adapt and take the path of least resistance. The whole market shifted because the regular deal completely sucks now.